When more and more women are joining the workforce, and when the young women are coming to this workforce, this part, returning mother, it becomes a real issue which needs to be addressed. Assertiveness, it's not raising your voice, but it's about the clear communication about your achievement. Thank you for giving us your time. And on a day like this, when we are celebrating returned mothers, women who return to work after a career break, especially after mother, it's a very sensitive topic. And for anyone who comes back to work after a break, it is slightly tricky. And for a woman who comes back after motherhood, it is not only tricky, it is challenging. We all know that. So my first question that goes out to you is, Primata, when a woman returns after a career break, what is the first barrier that typically hits in a blank scenario? It's a very important topic because now, when more and more women are joining the workforce, and when the young women are coming to this workforce, this part, returning mother, it becomes a real issue which needs to be addressed. So when a woman returns after a career break, especially in this plant scenario, because here in our company, plant working is there, even for women, there, the first and foremost, it's the time management. Because in any case, she's working full time for her baby, for her family, and when she's coming to office, then she has to give her 100% to the office also. The time management becomes very, very important. And the second barrier, which comes, is the technical competence, technical gap. There, although companies are trying their best for giving short-term courses, but the changes in the technical scenario, earlier it was linear changes, but now changes are exponential. So there, the companies, the organizations, they need to work at how that technical prudence is given, so that she is given an opportunity to keep 100. So this takes me to my next question. What's the 3-item checklist a returning woman employee must secure so her work earns credit and not just tax? Yes. It's very, very important. So if you're asking me three, first I'll say assertiveness. Assertiveness, it's not raising your voice, but it's about the clear communication about your achievement. Next is the visibility. So when you are saying that clear communication about its achievement, documentation, and with clear visibility, you have to show what you are doing. Next is networking. This is one area where women really lack and they don't want, and everybody thinks that, okay, well, I'm doing my best and everybody will notice it. But no, not in today's context. It does not like this. Pranata, my next question is a very, very crucial one. We often inadvertently use some phrases or there are some coinages which are very, very estimated. So one of those coinages is for her safety. For her safety is often used to keep women off course. What is the best way to redesign shifts, transport, or team support so women can choose high stakes work and they can be set up for success? NTPC being a progressive Maharatna, we have we have posted our women in shift sorts. And it has not been done overnight. We have prepared the ecosystem. So where are law permits in the states, our women are working in shifts. But few things we had to take into consideration and we had to take in money. First, it should be paired in a group because when the women are going and they're working there, so preferably it should be in a group. Number one. Number two, the restroom toilets, it should be in close proximity. Then the transport, it should be company-owned transport. So that becomes easier for women to work. And once we have put them in shifts, organization should give some credit to that also, because that is not the traditional route. So inclusivity at the time of leadership. That also should be taken into consideration.
Pranava, at NTPC and NSPCL, what rule ensures that women must rotate through core ops rather than staying in support roles? Is that rotation documented in appraisals?
Here in ITPC, we have a policy that it's a manufacturing company, and we employ mostly engineers. And we have a policy that till 3 years of when a executive trainee joins, he or she is posted in shifts only, in operations only. So that operations is the part of any pipeline. So in the operation shifts, at after 3 years only, they are rotated, and this job rotation is a part and parcel of our system. And job rotation with Samat module, we call it Samat module, where the training is given for the department where the he or she is being posted. So this is a smooth system which we have put in place.
This brings me to the last question of our interesting conversation. And I think this is the most interesting question according to me. I mean, this is the question that I loved most. If you had a red pen to delete 3 words from every job description that quietly scream out, which words will go first and what would you replace them?
Very interesting question. And whenever I see employment news or some other uh, advertisement in India, I find out a few things which are very annoying. For example, in the job specification, we will say he should be so and so qualified. So that way, you are only pointing to that person, that he. So instead of that, it should be written that the candidate should have this qualification or this much of experience.
Take the space pronouncers.
This I found sometimes in the advertisements. Then in few of the advertisements, it's for example 5 years of continuous employment. So when you are saying that 5 years of continuous employment, so in a way you are excluding women somewhere. So instead of continuous experience, you can say that relevant skills and experience. So that can be replaced. And sometimes I find that the job description will say assertive mm, qualities, assertive qualities. So I think that is otherwise they are related to masculine the stage. So there we can say that confident person, or we can say that persuasive leader. Some other adjectives can be used. So yes, some things are there.
Thank you, Premnada, for giving us your time and sharing your insights with us. Thanks, Ita.
Thank you so much, Ashpati. It was nice talking to you. Thank you.